Hello, friends. Welcome to your daily reading. I hope that you're having an awesome day. I don't know what's going on there, but sometimes it just happens. Anyway, later today I will have the mid-month readings up here and the extendeds over on Patreon. So keep an eye out for those if they're of any interest to you. It was a pretty good round. A lot of deep stuff came up, so it could be interesting for you to dive into. Who knows? I hope it's helpful to at least one person. And if that's the case, it's all worth it. Let me pick up the one that fell, and I will be right back. So we got the Emperor in reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So it's kind of a tough energy. The Five of Wands is very clearly conflict, and in that position in my readings, it's very much like the current situation, the thing that maybe is bringing you some strife. So there's something going on, and my eye is being drawn to the fact that there's a group here. So I don't think that it's just like an individual thing going on. I think that it involves a large group of people, and it's a larger conflict. So that's pretty tough. But the Emperor in reverse points to the fact that you might be in a more controlling energy right now, where you're trying to maybe control the situation, or you want to make sure that your voice is heard in particular, almost in like a dominating way. The Emperor is also in reverse, is a very rigid person, not very open to maybe other perspectives that are entering this situation. So I've been saying this recently. It feels like the cards are kind of using me as a reader to call people out on their stuff. And I very much feel like this is calling you out. Yes, there's a lot of players here in this conflict, and everyone has their piece that they're contributing that's not helping the situation. But you're not really either. I don't know if there's a part of you that's maybe, I don't know, hesitant. Maybe that's the word coming up. Hesitant to have the situation solved. I don't know. It sounds weird, but for those of you it's meant for, I guess it'll make sense. But there's a reason that you're holding so tightly to the outcome that you want for it. And it's not helping. So, it might be the case that you need to just step back and calm yourself down a little bit and try to see the situation in a more objective way and look for the solutions. In the current energy that you're in, you're just going to keep trying to force what you think is the best answer right now. It's probably not. And you're hindering the situation. So at the very least, even if you're right, being bullheaded and just pushing your way of thinking, it's not going to help anything get resolved. You might solve the issue at hand and then lose friends over the way that you decided to handle it. And you don't want that either, right? Things are tough right now, and that might not look like such a bad idea as I'm saying it, but down the road, a couple months from now, you're going to want your friends. And I do sense that these are friends. It's not a conflict with people who you are enemies with, or, people that you don't like. You might not like them right now, but at the end of the day, you are still friends, and there's still value in that relationship. So don't throw it away over trying to control and be right and push everything. The Knight of Swords it's in that future position. It's where you're moving. And it could kind of foreshadow this idea that things are going to start happening more quickly. This night in particular, for me, always, he is kind of like things are just happening quickly. There's action being taken. There's a lot going on, pushing toward the goal. So it could be that this whole situation is going to be brought to a head pretty quickly, possibly even resolved within the very near future. Another aspect of this Knight of Swords is that he is talkative. The Swords as a whole talks about communication. And I think that's the nudge from this message here is like, if you want to really get out of this conflict and just move forward into what's next, stop being so much in this energy and be communicative. Be ready to hear people and use your active listening skills, right? If all we're doing is talking, we're not going to get anywhere. I mean, if we as individuals are only talking, we have to listen too. That is a key piece of communication. And in these situations, when we're feeling this way, it can be very easy to lose track of that. So try to keep your head on, try to calm yourself down a little bit, and open up to actual real communication. Okay? Let's see if the Oracle of E here has any additional advice for us for what's going on. Almost, not quite. Kind of did that in the last reading too. Here we go. Oh, over your shoulder. It's this idea that you want to get rid of patterns that don't serve you in your life. Specifically, my mind is drawn to this preset that you have to be so bullheaded and, in your own opinion, closed off, that kind of thing. That mindset will cause you to repeat certain cycles, and the whole point is you're not learning and growing in the way that will allow you to step out of that cycle. So overall, it really is telling me it's time for you to address this within yourself and figure out why this is where you go. Why this is your preset, so that hopefully you can heal it and move forward. And, in future circumstances, I'm not going to say that it's not going to show up, because when you've been in that kind of a thing for so long, it really does become automatic. So it's something that you're going to have to be conscious of in the future and really work to disrupt. When you're faced with certain kinds of conflicts, you're going to have to remind yourself, gosh, that's not the person I want to be anymore. Take some time between this conflict, call a timeout or whatever, and explain, I got to walk away for a minute. I got to calm down. I've got to process this for myself for a little bit, and then we can come back and communicate. That can sometimes be one way to handle it. There's infinite ways, right? It's the beauty of being a human. But it's time. It's time to solve it. Throw it over your shoulder. Leave it in the past. Okay. Good luck, my friend. That is a hard habit to break. But I know you can do it. The time is right, and the situation is right there for you to start practicing in that new space. Okay? So you got this. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you found at least one little nugget in there that's helpful. I love you lots. Bye.